It's the next day, and we're wrapping up the supercharger installation. First thing we'll be doing is installing this valve. And this is a critical step, so don't mess up or you'll have catastrophic failure. So first thing we're gonna do is locate this hard line that's behind your throttle body, connected to the intake manifold. I just popped it off a second ago, but you can see where it's located right here. And what we're gonna be doing is taking off this coupler, cutting about 2 inches out right here, and then installing this like this with the arrows facing in towards the intake manifold. And then basically have these clamps to tighten it down around it. So I will be installing that. I finished putting on that valve. That's how it should look when you're done. Next, we will be putting on the supercharger gear case vent. So I'm gonna unscrew this flat shipping cap and then be installing the piece, this little brass piece with that ring. And make sure you do this or your supercharger will break. The gear case vent is installed with the gasket underneath it. I also went ahead and checked the oil level of the supercharger. This is the dipstick right here, so you just unscrew that, take it out. I used a white cloth to look at it. The oil in it is pretty clear. It has a slight pink hue, so you can kind of tell based off that where the level is. And then afterwards, you just install, Ripp will send you one of these stickers for emissions, and you can put that in a visible spot in your engine bay. But next, I'm going to work on reinstalling my coolant reservoir. I'm gonna be putting just distilled water in for now. I'm gonna be doing a full coolant flush today. And I will also be doing an oil change. And then later on, I'm going to end up having to drain. I have like half a tank of regular gas in my car, and I'm gonna have to drain that out and put premium in. So we'll see how all this goes. I almost forgot to install my oil catch can, but I went ahead and did that. And I'll just go over real quick how I did that. So the oil catch can just screws into this little hole right here behind your passenger side headlight. And then there's a 14 millimeter, pretty sure. Yeah, 14 millimeter screw with 2 washers, goes right into the catch can itself. And then we got, can't really see it, but there's like 2 black rings right here. They're just like gaskets that go right there, I'm pretty sure. And then we got the inlet line with this clip holding it down, and that goes right into here where we had that hard plastic line going into our valve. But I basically just had to redid that. But if you don't have the catch can, that's how you do it. But if you have the catch can, it's different now. So I basically have the pipe with the 90-degree little plastic tip going into this rubber piece down here, and they got a clip holding that together. And then the outlet line we got clipped down, and that comes around to our valve. And basically I just had to take the rubber piece that was around this valve off, and then I stuck it into this line, clamped it down with the arrows facing still into the intake manifold, and then I clamped it down here and here where it this rubber couplet meets the inlet to the manifold. So not too difficult, pretty simple. It comes with instructions with pictures too. The only difficult part I found was figuring out which line goes to which area, but that's pretty much how you do that. Now I'm gonna work on putting some of my engine back together. I figured out a way to put my horns on. Basically, so the horns were originally here where it's holding up our intercooler, and then there's these screw holes next to the upper radiator supports. I basically just took the horns off. There's 10 millimeter screw here, took the horns off, flipped these brackets around, got me some screw and a nut for each side, and just screwed it in there and set it here, and pretty much fits pretty snugly. Got it all plugged in, and now I think I'm gonna put on my front bumper again. If you still have regular fuel in your car when you started putting on your supercharger, this is how you can get the fuel out so you can put in the fuel your car is tuned for in. I have a 93 octane tune, so I'll need to remove all my regular gas so I can put in 93 octane. So how you're gonna do that is you're just gonna remove your back seat, which there's just a clamp, like a clip area where the metal clips in on each corner. You just lift up on each corner of the seat, it just pops out. I just got my seat sitting out here. Then you come around to the passenger side. It's gonna be this fuel pump, and basically you unplug this fuel line, and then I just got this hose which I clamped around so the gas doesn't spill out in the back seat of my car, going into this gas container. And basically how you turn on the fuel pump to squirt out the gas, you just go around here and you just start your car without putting your foot on the gas. You're just clicking the start button twice. And each time you do that, it's gonna squirt out a little bit of gas. So here's my mile range now. You can see, and I'll do it for a little bit and show you when it's almost empty. As you can see, after doing that for a few minutes, I'm pretty much on empty and almost out of regular gas. I have the fuel drains. I didn't put coolant in, I just put distilled water because I'm basically flushing my coolant system right now. So I've added in about 1.5 gallons, and my goal is to add in 2 gallons. So we're almost there. It's slowly draining down. If you squeeze the upper coolant hose that we installed earlier, that'll help release some of the air buildup and suck some more of that coolant, or in my case, water down. And then I also started an oil change. So I got the oil draining right now. So I'm just gonna wait for that to drain and go into town to a gas station to get some premium fuel. So yeah, I'll be back with the gas. The car's all ready to get started up for the first time. The coolant's all filled up to factory level. Finished the oil change, got fresh oil and filter in, put the premium gas in, so all of our fluids are good. Before starting the car, make sure you go over the checklist they have of going over everything to make sure everything's secure down. You have all your fluids. Basically making sure everything's ready to go, just to be safe rather than sorry. But yeah, we're gonna start the car, run it for a minute, and I'm just gonna be looking in the engine bay to make sure, like, you know, the belt doesn't fly off or explodes and we all die or something crazy like that. But all right, you can start it. Yes, sir. Got us a little tunnel right here. So make my car go vroom vroom. You know what I'm saying? Oh boy, got us a tunnel.
I wish it was a little more sleek out.
Is this a good burnout spot? Is this the spot? Is this where you do the burnout?